It's Monday afternoon at Emerson Global User Exchange, a beautiful day in San Antonio. We're here talking to a group that are involved with cogeneration projects installing gas turbines in large commercial buildings. Tom Smith and Durham Energy.
Right.
Why don't you start off the discussion of what this is all about?
Okay, well, I'm here with two of the associates that helped in the project, Chris Sneath and Matthew Perry. They're with the Emerson Group, and they were integral in providing some of the equipment that we used in a project. What we're here talking about is our country is really facing an energy problem, especially in large cities like New York, where the utilities cannot provide enough power to meet the demands that these large commercial office buildings have. A little bit of history: when a lot of the buildings were built in New York, like the Empire State Building, they were using 1 watt a square foot, but as new users move into the buildings with high-tech electrical equipment and computer systems, are using up to 10 watts a square foot. So the grid that was designed back in the 40s and 50s literally can't support the energy demands of these large buildings. We're working with Emerson to put in a project at one of the largest buildings in New York City, One Penn Plaza. It's actually the 4th largest building in New York. That building uses over 10 megawatts of electric power. We're putting a cogeneration system in the building that'll produce 6 megawatts, or 60% of the building's peak electric load, and we take the waste heat off of the engines to produce high-pressure steam that is used in the building for heating and cooling, and we're generating about 30 to 40% of the heating and cooling requirements of the building at an efficiency that's over double what the utility can provide the power and the steam to the building for. So that's the basic gist of what we're doing.
So what is the technology that you're installing as far as the actual
equipment? Yeah, the equipment we're putting in are, the main equipment are Caterpillar engines. They're reciprocating engines, sort of large car engines. Their rating is about 2,100 kilowatts each. So the combination of the three is around 61 to 6,200 kW. The engines generate electric power by driving large alternators, and we run in parallel with the electric utility, which is Con Ed. The waste heat that these engines produce go into heat recovery steam generators, and we generate steam that offsets Con Ed, that also provides steam to the building that's used in the summertime for driving large steam turbine driven chillers that cool the building, and in the winter the steam is used to heat the building. So it's an older concept. We're using state-of-the-art equipment like the Emerson controls and valves and other equipment that they provided, and it's producing, again, energy at over 75 to 80% efficiency.
Now you're giving a presentation on this, tomorrow, I believe?
Yeah, we have two presentations, one tomorrow at, I think, from 8 to 9:30, and another one on Wednesday from 8 to 9:30 as well.
Okay, and how does the Emerson package enter into this? I mean, what is it that you're providing for these applications?
Well, we're supplying the control equipment and the control SCADA system for the solution that Tom's talking about, so we can bring electrical power generation and thermal generation on site. So it's on-site generation, and in our case, in New York City, we're deploying power in skyscrapers. So One Penn Plaza is one site. We have others in and around New York City. What we're supplying is the Emerson Delta V process control system. We're supplying all the control valves for the project, both throttling and discrete, the on-off valves. We're supplying all the pumps, some of the thermal equipment, the VFDs, the frequency drives, Emerson frequency drives, the Rosemount pressure, temperature, flow transmitters, the AO system, which is sort of the glue that ties everything all together. And so that's what we'll be talking about, some of those details in terms of the technology tomorrow morning, along with, I'm from New York, I'm supporting Durham Energy in New York, so I'll talk a little bit about the regional situation as far as power goes.
Okay, so thanks, and we'll look for your session tomorrow and Thursday.
Thanks again. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Peter.